All right, I just fired it up again. This is the third one tonight. Man, I only read like 4 verses here in the second one. Oh, man, something like that. I'm talking about Elijah. You got to watch these in a row. You got to understand what I'm talking about here, so watch all of my videos, please. I pray thee, this is Elijah, let this child's soul come into him again. He's talking about his life, the life that was in him, the part that does not die. That's what returns to God. God's life. Know ye not that your body is the temple of the living God? This life in us is God. That's the only place where life is. It's in God, and that does not die. That's the part that goes home to be with the Lord. And the Lord heard the voice of Elijah. He's listening to me right now, and I'm trying not to be cocky. God is in this room right now. And the soul of the child came in unto him again, and he revived. The life came back into him. Jesus called Lazarus forth out of the tomb. Lazarus, come forth! And he came out of the tomb, and he was wrapped up in all that mummy stuff. How was he walking and doing it? I don't know. The life. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, the life. God commands, and it happens. You got to do this stuff. And Elijah took the child and brought him down out of the chamber into the house. And he delivered him unto his mother. And Elijah said, see, thy son liveth. She knew that kid was dead. And everybody else that was around there knew it too. God does it right in plain sight, right in front of your face. That's how awesome God is. Oh, I'm getting excited again. Come on, I can't even get this roof on here. It's real. It's real. And the woman said to Elijah, this is why it happened. He gives the reason why this happened. Listen to this. And the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know that thou art a man of God. Even after she was obeying the commandment, something really rich in her life had to happen so she'd believe. No amount of food that didn't waste or didn't run out, that didn't do it. But when you see somebody come back to life after dying, God can do that. Nothing is too hard for God. Now, why does it happen everywhere? We're not going to talk about that. We're talking about this right here. We're doing what God wants us to do tonight. Now by this I know that thou art a man of God, and that the word of the Lord in thy mouth is truth. Jesus says, I am the way. No man gets to God except through me. The truth, she just said it right there, and the life, that's what Jesus says. And she saw what that life really is. All 3 attributes of God, the way, the truth, the life. Now she knows Her son died. Uh-oh. One chapter, that's all we did was one chapter. 24 verses. And there's all kinds of stuff to talk about in those verses that I didn't even get to. Let's go to the next chapter. Oh. This whole book. And it came to pass after many days that the word of the Lord came to Elijah in the 3rd year. The food, after he moved from the brook, Cherith, I think the name of it is, to this old lady's house, the widow. Now we're in the 3rd year, and they're still eating. It didn't waste. It didn't fail. God commanded the food to be in them, the jars, and the oil that they used. And the water. Where were they getting their fresh water? Their well didn't even dry up. But the rest of the land was screwed. And you're going to hear about that. Oh, jeez, I hurt. I get excited. And it came to pass after many days that the word of the Lord came to Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, Go, show thyself unto Ahab, and I will send rain upon the earth. Here's another commandment to Elijah. And Elijah went to show himself unto Ahab, and there was a sore famine in Samaria. Now we could stop right there and just talk about the Good Samaritans and Samaria and how the Jews didn't like these people. That's another story. And you got to bounce back and forth in the book to come up with that one. And I'm able to do that too, but it takes time. Over 40 years I've been doing this. I'm still doing it today. I'm a little bit more, it comes easier to me each time because I got the knowledge in here. He brings it to my remembrance and I'm able to talk about it. Does that make any sense, man? It's like riding a bicycle. After you ride it for a few years, it's did you learn it right away? Nah, you flipped around, maybe you fell a few times. Now you can ride that bicycle really good, can't you? That's what this is. Listen to me. When you're obeying God, He's right here. One day, you'll feel it. If you listen to me and do this. I'm not talking about doing like I'm doing. I'm talking about your own personal life. And Ahab called Obadiah. There's another story right there. Oh my gosh. Which was the governor of his house. Now Obadiah feared the Lord greatly. That's another story right there that you can bounce back and forth in the book and find out about that. For it was so when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water. See that? Oh, nuts. That's another story right there. And I know the story. I stuck it in my head a long time ago. And now it's coming out at the right time. And Ahab said unto Obadiah, Go into the land, unto all fountains of water, and unto all brooks. Peradventure, in other words, maybe we may find grass to save the horses and mules alive, that we lose not all the beasts. So they divided the land between them to pass throughout it. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. And as Obadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him. And he knew him, and fell on his face, and said, Art thou that my lord Elijah? See, Elijah was hiding from God. Ahab wanted to kill Elijah. Obadiah knew God, and he knew Elijah was his prophet. All of this stuff comes together. It's like making the pie with all of the ingredients. You leave something out, you don't have the whole story. And he answered him. This is Elijah when he said to Obadiah, I am. I'm the guy who you think I am. Go, tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. Can you imagine that? Go tell that king, I'm here. And he said, What have I sinned, that thou wouldest deliver thy servant into the hand of Ahab to slay me? As the Lord thy God liveth, there is no nation or kingdom whither my Lord hath not sent to seek thee. And when they said, He is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and nation that they found thee not. In other words, everybody says, we don't know where Elijah is. And they told that to the king, even Obadiah. Now Elijah is sending Obadiah to go to the king and say, hey, I know where he's at. And the king, here we are talking about the story. And he's afraid the king will say, well, why did you tell me this before so I could kill him? So I'm going to kill you now. Obadiah is scared. Check this out, Mal. Check it out. And now thou sayest, Go, tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from thee, that the Spirit of the Lord shall carry thee whither I know not. And so when I come and tell Ahab, and he cannot find me, he shall slay me. But I, thy servant, fear the Lord from my youth. All right, I got to slow down here a little bit. I got a real rotten throat right now. He's saying, I go to Ahab, I know where Elijah's at. And then you're going to go hide. And I can't produce you. And Ahab's going to kill me for that. This guy's scared. Was it not told to my Lord what I did when Jezebel slew the prophets of the Lord? How I hid 100 men of the Lord's prophets by 50 in a cave, and fed them with bread and water? And thou sayest, Go, tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here, and he shall slay me. And Elijah said, As the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand, I will surely show myself unto him today. Go tell him, I ain't gonna hide, because here I come. So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. All right, I got to put this on pause because my throat's killing me. Oh, I got to make sure I push the right thing. All right, I just had a little bit of water. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, Art thou he that troubleth Israel? Are you really him? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou in thy father's house, in that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Balaam, Baalim. That's the devil. That's what's happening in America today. Communist, Muslim, Democrats worship Satan. That's what's happening in America today. But there are some men of God and women who obey the commandments of God. Now, am I a goody two-shoe type of a guy? Do I never use profanity and all that kind of stuff? No, that's not me. I got to get washed every single day. But when God is talking to me, I hear him. And I'm obeying the commandments today. Now therefore send, and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel, and the prophets of Baal 450, and the prophets of the groves 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel, and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. This is Elijah talking. These people know that Elijah is the prophet of the living God, and they're afraid of Elijah. All of Ahab's army was looking for this guy, and they couldn't find him. All of those people wanted to kill him, and they can't do it. These people are afraid of Elijah. All the demons know about God, and they are afraid. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, How long halt ye between two opinions? In other words, here's God and here's Satan. There's no middle. There's no sitting on the fence with this. You're either for God or you're not. If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Satan is your God, go ahead and follow him. Then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I only, remain a prophet of the Lord. But Baal's prophets are 450 men. One against 450. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under. And I will dress the other bullock, and lay it on wood, and put no fire under. And call ye on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of the Lord, and the God that answereth by fire. And the God that answereth by fire, let him be God. And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose you one bullock for yourselves, and dress it first. For ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. They're putting together a sacrifice, and the sacrifice is usually burnt. And Elijah's saying, don't put no fire under there to burn it. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered, and they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, Cry aloud, for he is a god. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awaked. You imagine how these people must have feared this guy. I got to stop this. I'll be right back. July 24th. I think that was the third one.